What's going on, guys? What's up, man? We on day 280, baby. So we tapping in. Today we're going to tap in with this Nas verse. So we're going to go straight into it, man. We're going to tap in with this Nas verse. So we go like this. Never make choices out of desperation. I think through it. Break through walls like Pink Floyd's and drink fluids of all kind of alcohol, y'all. Vineyards in France. Yachts out in cans. Yo, listen. I go back to this verse a lot in my life whenever I feel like things are starting to close in. And I learned a lot from just these 4 lines right here. And, one of the things I've learned is, never be too quick to make decisions, right? So don't just be out of there rattled and try to jump out there and make decisions. Always analyze them and think through it, right? But what stuck out to me most, right? And it got me thinking about how it all ties into this week is have the courage to break through those walls like Pink Floyd. So for those of you who don't know what Pink Floyd is, it's a rock band. They used to always come out and break through walls, right? So listen, and that ties in, like I said, to everything that we were talking about this week as far as courage and everything. It takes courage to break through walls and stuff like that. So I want you to think about, how do you act when problems do arise? Do you go at them head on, or do you go around them? I know for me, it just depends on the situation, because it could be sometimes where I go, straight at it, or it could be times I can go around it. Like it was a time I went around it a lot, especially like when me and my kids' mother split. We had to come up with a schedule every month, right? So every month we would come down, we had to sit with each other and come up with a schedule, and I would avoid that to the very, very end, to the very last minute. And I wasn't avoiding it out of fear, but I was avoiding it because I knew that shit was going to lead to an argument. And honestly, I just didn't really feel like doing all that, man. I just wasn't really for all that type of energy. Eventually though, we got it together, and I can break a month down any type of way you want it, man. Any way you slice it, I can break a month down, when it comes to splitting these kids up. And not even splitting kids, keep like who got what day, what that, like it's crazy. I got a picture of I took a picture of the calendar one time when we did the schedule, and I don't know what we were arguing about, but I know like where you see this, like where it's scratched out on there, there was an argument that ensued because of so that shit was just crazy. But like I said, we got it together, and for one thing, it was both our parts. But for me, speaking for me, it took courage for us to come up with a date. We had to come up with a date to say, all right, on such and such date and such and such time, we're going to talk about the schedule and we're going to figure this thing out. And eventually, like I said, we got it together, and I had to have the courage to do that, right? Because it was just so much with just coming to just sit down and talk. Like I said, every month it was something crazy, argument and all that type of stuff. So I want you guys to think about, like I said, when a problem arises for you, how do you go about solving that? Do you go head on to at it, or do you dance around it to the very last minute? This leads us to our assignment today. Our assignment today is to think about your recent memories of instances that happened to you and how you reacted to those instances that happened to you. Did you have the courage to face those things, or did you solve it another way? Don't be afraid to, analyze yourself and start putting those things into practice, because you'll never know when you have to do that all over again, and it's a similar situation and you're called upon to be courageous. So don't be afraid to practice those things, and it'll happen for you. Because successful people, they look at themselves in the mirror all the time and they analyze how they can get better. And the only way we can be successful is if we, a lot of people say they want to be successful, but you have to actually, that's what it takes to be successful. Being able to look at yourself and say, okay, I need to improve here. I want to improve there. I'm willing to learn here. I'm willing to be courageous enough to say, I might not know. So what I want you guys to do, man, don't be afraid to be courageous and break through those walls today, man. Just like Pink Floyd. I'm going to catch you guys tomorrow on day 281. Peace. I had to put the hoodie on because I wanted to just, I don't know, switch it up. We in the crib. I don't know. It's just like, I gotta do something. But anyway, yo, pick up my book, man. Click the link in the bio. You can go to my website, www.rapgoals.com. When you go in there, put your email address in, because when you put your email address in, I'll send you the first 21 days out of this book for free. So all you need to do is put your email address in, guys, and you're going to get the first 21 days out of this book for free. Or you can go to my YouTube channel, subscribe there, and you can get the first 21 days out of this book for free as well, man. So hit me up, talk to me, let me know how you like the video. Communicate. Look, we in the crib, like, just talk. Peace.